Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Today we're going to be drawing a rainbow zebra. Of course, if you don't want to make it a rainbow zebra, you can just make it a regular zebra, but I thought the rainbow made it kind of fun since otherwise it was kind of a plain black and white drawing. So this one's a little bit more realistic than the other animals we did this week, which, by the way, I decided that today is going to be Animal Week because I'm just going to do animal drawings all week. So anyway, this one's a little bit more realistic, so this one might take a bit more time. You probably want to start with pencil first and just get the coloring supplies that you're going to need to color yours in. So if you don't think you want to make it rainbow, then you probably just need black. But whatever colors you want to get, you can go grab those, get your pencils, your erasers, your papers, and let's get started. So our first step with our drawing is going to be working on the face of our zebra. I'm not talking about any of the stripes or patterns, just drawing out the basic shapes for the face, and then we'll start working on the neck and the rest of the body. So we're going to draw this line for kind of the forehead and the snout first. You want to do this close to the right side. You can make it pretty high up on the paper. You want to have enough room for the neck and the body and the legs underneath. So I'm going to start right about here, and I am going to draw a straight line that has a little bit of an angle to it, like that. And then you can draw the eye. On this one, I did a frowny mouth and a smiley mouth and filled it in, because in real life, giraffes' eyes, they have black, like eyelids, so their eyes do just look solid black. On this one, I'm going to do a little bit more cartoon eye, so if you want to do cartoon eye, you could do like a circle with another circle inside and fill it in so it has a little highlight. It's up to you, make it how you want. Now I'm going to draw the snout. So off this straight line, I'm going to go a little further. This line curves up a teeny bit and then curves around and down and under like that. So that's the snout. Then it's going to continue, but it's going to curve down and then curve back up. Because horses and zebras and animals like that, they have this really defined, kind of like their jaw or cheek area. It's a real defined swoop. Now in here, we're going to draw, like not right in the middle, but closer to the bottom, like a little line for the smile, or you don't have to make it smiling. And then I'm also going to draw a little circle or oval for the nose. I filled this one in. On this one, I left it open, so you can do either way. Now I'm going to continue this a little further back. I'm going to have this go straight for just a little bit. And then I'm going to do two curved lines for the ears, so that it has a point on top, but both sides are curved. So there's the ear. And I'm going to do the back of the neck and a little bit of the shoulder back area. So continuing from this line, you just imagine it goes over here. It's going to go straight for just a second, and then it kind of curves and swoops down and then starts to straighten itself out for the back. They have a long neck, so it's longer than how a person neck would be. On the other side, starting maybe about here, like kind of diagonal from the eye, we're going to have a line that is diagonal like this, but then it's going to curve this way a little bit, okay? So it's going down and then it curves that way a little bit. Now I like to do a little either like a wavy or a curved line here for the snout. Later we'll fill this in with black, but for now we're just going to leave that. Alright, now we can add the mane, or the hair, on top of the head. So right up here, like maybe just above the eye, do a straight line, and then do a curved line, and this curved line is going to basically match whatever the curve for the head or the neck is doing. So it curves down when the neck curves down, and then you can stop it maybe about there, and do a straight line to connect back. We'll worry about our stripes and our patterns again later. For now, we're just working on our outlines. All right, now we're going to continue the back, and it's going to go straight for a little bit, and then it's going to curve up and down. On this one, I made the zebra a little bit longer. On this one, it's probably more accurate. It's more squished. It doesn't really matter either way. This could just be a long zebra. That's fine. Now on this side, we're going to do the chest. So this line's going to go down and then kind of curve out and curve back like that. I know there's a lot of like kind of curves and tricky little lines and stuff, but just take your time, rewind the video if you need to. Now I'm going to draw the front leg. So these are a couple different lines that you can do. If this shape is hard for you, you could just do 2 straight lines and that would be completely fine. But I'm going to show you how to make yours a little more realistic. So I'm going to start here and do a line that has a little bit of an angle to it. So it's not straight up and down, it's a little angle. And then on the other side and a little bit higher up, a line that angles the other way. So they're coming together, almost like if I kept going, they'd be a V. And then I'm gonna do this kind of like an arrow shape on each side, like that. And then you can do the hooves. And for the hooves, if you just did straight up and down legs, just do a straight line at the bottom and make the hooves like a square. On this one, I'm gonna have the front side be curved and the back side be curved as well, the same way. So they both curve this way and then a straight line underneath. And then you can do that so that you can see it. So there's the one. Now let's work on the back and we'll do the back leg that's in front and then we'll worry about these 2 legs. For the tail, you're gonna do 2 curved lines. So 1 and then another one right below that gets closer and closer. So it gets skinnier as it gets longer. And then for the fluffy part of the tail, it's just 2 curved lines, kind of like a paintbrush shape, and then you can close it up. I like to do little lines inside to make it look like hair. And for the body now, so we're going back to this, and we're going to work on that leg. Do a curved line like this that stops. This curved line that we make is kind of like the back of the back leg. And you want this to stop about the same spot this is. So you don't want it way down compared to this, or way up compared to this. See, it's about the same. And then this one's a little weird, so just kind of follow with me 1 line at a time. You're going to do a line that goes straight out for just a little bit. And then it's going to do a total opposite direction and straight. And it can be about the same length as this one or even a little bit longer or shorter. It actually doesn't matter too much. So that's one side of the leg. Let's move over and do the other side of the leg before we make the hoof. So starting from about here, this little inside part, let's move over. So move over from this and a little bit above. I'm going to do a curved line that curves and goes towards this and stops about here. So see, the amount of space between these 2 lines is about the same as these 2. So see how both legs are kind of the same thickness at the start anyway? And then this is going to be a line that kind of curves a little bit and gets close to this line. So again, they get close, like if they were to connect, they'd be a V. So curve, get close, but not all the way, and there we go. And then for the hoof, I'm going to do a curved line, another curved line, and a straight line underneath. There we go. Now we're just going to do the belly. I'm going to start here. So if I continue from this line to right here, it's going to be straight and then kind of curve up a little bit. And now we have our body pretty much done. We just got to do the 2 other legs. So for our front leg, we're going to do the same thing we did on this one. Straight line at an angle, straight line at an angle, arrow shape, curve, curve, straight. These legs that are in back are going to be shorter because that's just how it would look like in real life with the perspective and all that. The back leg we're going to do a lot more simple. Straight line, and a little bit of an angle again so that they get smaller at the bottom. Curve, curve, straight. There we go. Okay, now remember, if these are really stressing you out and you're thinking, I cannot do that, well, first of all, you should try it, but if you can't do it, that's fine. Just do lines that are straight up and down and make them a little more simple, and you'll still have a really cute zebra in the end. Now what we're going to work on is adding our stripes with a black marker or a black crayon or whatever. I'm going to show you how to make yours look kind of like how a zebra in real life looks, but if you want to just kind of ignore me and do the stripes your own way right now, that's totally fine. So what I'm going to do first is on the top of my mane, I'm going to kind of scribble color in a little layer of black at the top. And then I'm going to make a few stripes straight up and down. Alright, inside the ear I'm going to kind of scribble color around the edge so that it's a little black on the edges and do a little line inside like that. For the snout is all black, but if you color it all black you won't get to see the mouth or the nostril. So I'm actually going to do like a little outline around the mouth and the nostril, and then color everything else black. Alright, now for the stripes on the face. A lot of the zebra stripes actually continue from the stripes on the mane. So if you have a stripe from the mane that touches the face, you can make a little stripe that kind of goes off. The stripes on the face are usually smaller, so I'm going to do a few kind of smaller black stripes. Sometimes they have this kind of V shape, so you can kind of just do however you want. If you really want to make it realistic, I recommend look at a picture of a real zebra. Alright, so that's pretty good for the face. I'm going to do one little one here. Now I'm going to make some stripes that come off the mane. This one's going to be short, but then the rest are going to be longer and go all the way to the other side of the neck. One thing you might be noticing is I'm not making any of my stripes perfectly straight because the zebra stripes are not perfectly straight. Their body is not a flat piece of paper. They are round and they have curves and stuff, so their stripes are curved too. I'm going to make some big stripes on the back now. Some of them are going to split into a V shape or a Y shape. It doesn't really matter. You just kind of be creative. I like to do this kind of V shape over the front leg. Like the stripe goes around the leg a little bit. Alright, as you can see my black marker is running out, so I'm going to do my best. We'll finish up with the stripes. Mine might look a little bit gray, but that's alright. Now I'm going to do the legs, and the legs are pretty much just horizontal or with a little bit of a curve to them, and they're usually smaller and closer together. One thing to think about though, guys, if you're looking at mine and you want yours to look exactly like mine, don't worry about that, because in real life, zebra's stripes are all different. Every single zebra has different stripes. You do little stripes on the tail. And then you can fill in the hoofs and the tail with black if you want. Alright, and we are done drawing our zebra. But like I said, it's going to be a little bit longer video today because I also drew this stuff in the background, and I do want to show you how to do that. So for the grass, I like to do a really quick little zigzag and let some pieces be long and some short. And if you want to draw the tree, what you're going to do is draw a line that's kind of bumpy but mostly straight up and down, and then it kind of goes out almost like horizontal, and then you're going to make another line close to it, but then as it gets closer to the trunk of the tree, let it get a little further away, and then instead of going all the way back, I'm going to make another branch that goes up, and there's the other side of the branch, or maybe make another one over here, okay? And then I like to do these kind of bumpy lines where the branches are kind of like going into the leaves of the tree. And then just some bumpy lines all around. And you can draw some little lines inside the tree for some bark. Alright, and now it's time to color. So if you want to make your zebra rainbow, you're going to want your rainbow colors. And remember we talked about those, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue and violet or purple. And of course, Roy G. Biv, the I is for indigo, but I'm not going to worry about indigo. It's a color that's a bluish purple, so I'm just going to skip it. And I think actually this time I'll make this zebra go the opposite way just for fun. But if you're going to color it in, you can just take your rainbow colors, and I color a little section. And I like to have that section kind of sloppy on the edge. See how it's not like a super straight line here? It's like all uneven. I make it sloppy on the edge so that when I do my next color right next to it, and also do that one kind of sloppy, they kind of mush and blend together, which I think looks really nice. Alright guys, and there you have it, our rainbow zebras. I'm not going to color in the background on this one because I know you guys can figure that one out for yourself. But I hope you guys had fun coloring it in. Maybe you did a different color pattern. I'd love to see what you did. Alright guys, I hope you had fun making your rainbow zebras today. I know that it was a little bit trickier than our other two drawings this week, but like you guys know, I teach kindergarten through 5th grade, so sometimes I want to make things a little bit more challenging and sometimes a little bit more simple. But I think if you follow the steps with this one, it's really not too bad, and adding all the stripes and stuff is a lot of fun. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for another animal drawing video. Bye!